Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What's going on, guys? The Wizards did it again, man. Another dub. We got a dub. The losing streak still is at 2 max. They've only lost 2 games in a row max. Second time, but each time after that third game after the streak, they get the dub. Heat came in, Wizards was looking to get their get back, and they got it. I mean, KCP, the performance we've been waiting on. Spencer Dinwiddie huge in the fourth. Kuzma, we know who struggles from the free throw line, coming up big in that fourth quarter late. I mean, he missed those 2 at the end, and Bam almost made us cry. But hey, I'm feeling great, man. Once again, I want to thank you guys for making Locked On Wizards your first listen each and every day. We are free and available on all platforms. Ed, I'm hyped, man. How you feeling?
Hey, I'm hyped too, man. Huge win. Another day, another win. Another day, another win for the Washington Wizards, man. It felt weird. We didn't get to say dub a couple games. It felt weird, but we got back in this winning column. It was a team effort, Scott Foster, we had to beat the Heat. We had to beat Scott Foster to get this dub at home. Bam Adebayo almost made a crazy 3 to stop the win, but we came back. We were down by 16 at one point. We went on a 15-2 run in the fourth quarter. Spencer Dinwiddie hit some clutch threes towards the end. KCP with an and 1 3 did a scissors kick and made a tough and 1 3. We made our free throws down the stretch. We got some stops defensively without fouling. So it was hard for us to play defense without fouling because they were ready to call a foul. Any kind of contact we had with the Miami Heat, just any type of contact, they were ready to blow the whistle. So that just, we got to give credit to our defense in that fourth quarter there. Bradley Beal stepped up and made some big shots. They were doubling Brad the whole game, triple teaming him. And I was like, hey, somebody else is going to have to step up and help him out. Dinwiddie came in through the clutch. KCP came in through the clutch. Montrezl Harrell was clutch today, as always. Had a couple and ones, had a couple tough buckets down the stretch that we needed. The bench came through. The bench had 40 points off the bench. Guys like Denny came in and helped out, 8 points, 5 rebounds. Trez had 13 and 7. Hollow Neto had 8 points. And he helped out tremendously. Even Aaron Holiday down the stretch had 4 points. So I thought it was a team, a collective effort. The Miami Heat, they're a great team. We're 11-5. I want to say they're like 11-6 or 11-5 as well. So it felt like a playoff game. It had playoff atmosphere. The crowd got into it. This is a team that we probably will be seeing down the stretch or possibly in the playoffs. So this was a gut check game to get our revenge against the Miami Heat. We finally had guys healthy. Daniel Gafford came back. Spencer Dinwiddie back.
Yep.
But the foul trouble that we got in hurt us in the beginning. Daniel Gafford had 3 fouls. Montrez had 3 fouls. Easily, it was 8 minutes left in the second half, and both our bigs had 3 fouls. So Denny had to come in and play some of the 5 and the 4-man. Kuzma had to play the 5 again, and I thought he did a good job doing that. Shout out to Kuz hitting the free throws in the clutch. But just it messed up with our rotation. We got down by 16 at one point. We let PJ Tucker hit big threes in the corner. Jimmy was getting to the basket and did whatever he felt like doing. I don't even think Jimmy Butler shot a 3 tonight. It was like an old school.
Yeah,
he shot 2 threes. He was 0 for 2 from the 3. It was like an old school 1990s, early 2000s game where he went to the mid-range game and he did whatever he felt like doing. I mean, he was unstoppable again. 29 points. Want to see how many times he got to the free throw line. He shot 9 free throws, 7 for 9 from the free throw line. He put on a clinic. I got to give him his credit too. Tyler Hero hit a couple clutch shots towards the end too. I thought Denny and Dinwiddie didn't communicate well on the switches, and Tyler Hero hit back-to-back threes. But at the end of the third quarter, we cut it to 4. Brad did a pump fake, and he got fouled. That was huge, so we were down by 4. We just kept chipping away at the lead. One thing that I didn't like is inbound passing. We have to work on our inbound passes. KCP threw the ball away. Kyle Lowry fouled Kuzma, where Kuzma made the 2 free throws to go by 3. I'm not going to say we got lucky there, but I don't know who threw the inbounds in, but Kuzma almost didn't get it. And Kuzma's 6'10". Yeah. For him not to get that inbounds, for the fact that he had to jump and extend to get the pass is inexcusable. So in practice, we have to improve on inbound passes. I thought we did a little bit better against the zone. They tried to do zone again. I thought we did a little bit better. Thought we shot the 3 ball a lot better than what we have in recent history in that Charlotte game. So a lot of improvements, a lot to be happy about, man. We gotta have a short memory though. We play the Hornets again. We get our revenge on Monday, but I love the team, the resiliency, the perseverance. That's the definition of this team is resiliency. When you get down, we don't give up. We don't put our heads down. We keep fighting and chip away at the lead. So I just love what I saw from this team. I love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I think in that first quarter, that first half, especially it was some questionable foul calls, but when you look at the free throws and the personal fouls, he had 26 to the Wizards 19. The Wizards shot 23 free throws to the Heat's 20. So I'm sure a lot of Heat fans are like, the Heat had to go against the refs. It's always that kind of split, between the fan base with the refs. But I mean, Daniel Gafford, he had that one foul where Bam Adebayo went up for the oop. It was a bad alley-oop attempt. And Daniel Gafford boxed him out. And Bam, because he's up in the air, just went over his back. And they called the foul on Gafford. I mean, and then you had Denny where you can it was kind of like, Jimmy Butler was it's tough. When you got in the guarding a guy like Jimmy Butler, he's going to get to the line. He's going to get those calls especially, but then he did get attacked because he was frustrated at one point with one foul. So Jimmy Butler in general is a tough guard. But, I mean, Brad, 21 points, 8 for 17, 9 assists, almost a double-double with assists, so that's nice to see. Spencer Dinwiddie, 16 points, 6 for 11, 4 for 7 from 3. Big in the fourth quarter. And I tweeted this earlier in the week. I was saying how I felt like Spencer Dinwiddie was kind of in that space where he was trying to balance out getting his and trying to make sure everybody else eats too. And I love it when Spencer Dinwiddie starts to try to get his. I mean, I have no issue with Spencer putting up threes, etc. Be aggressive, man. You're supposed to be that second option on the team. And I love it when he is. And he showed up in the fourth again. He's done it in games against Boston. He's done it against the Pacers. He's done it in multiple games. I'm happy with this performance out of Spencer. I'm pretty sure he's happy about it because, as we know, the last time we seen Spencer on the court was in Charlotte, and he put up a zero burger. So it was a great bounce back game for Spencer Dinwiddie. Kyle Kuzma, he didn't shoot well from the field, 1 for 5, 6 points, 11 rebounds, but 4 for 6 from the free throw line. The only 2 misses coming towards the end where Bam almost made the full court heave, almost. But, I mean, you talk about high pressure free throws for a guy who has been struggling from the free throw line. I mean, that's huge. Props to him. That's a high pressure situation, playoff-like atmosphere against a playoff-like team, not a playoff team. That's really real clutch by Kuz, really clutch. Kyle Pope, this is the performance we all been waiting to see from him. We know he's been struggling, but 5 for 8 from the 3, had the clutch 4-point play. I mean, all that matters. All that was chipping away at the lead, getting the crowd more energized. Plays like that is so important, not only just for the scoreboard, but the home crowd. The crowd get energized. It give you energy. Get the bench hype. You get everybody hype. So plays like that, I mean, I love it. 5 for 10 from the field, 16 points. Big performance in the fourth by KCP too. So you'd love to see that. Denny Avdia, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. I love what I see out of Diddy. And I'm looking more at this point. I'm kind of, used to Denny's defense, and I expect him at this point to come out and play good defense and be effective, etc. I just want him to continue to be aggressive on offense. I feel like he's growing every game. I feel like offensively he's growing as well. I know we still want to, him to get better at finishing a little bit, maybe with that left hand, and he's working, and I see the growth every game. So I'm proud of Denny. Montrez, 13.7 rebounds, big plays. Trez being Trez, man. And I'm just happy. The team fought. I always tell you, Ed, we just want a team that's scrappy, a team that fights, a team that doesn't quit. And they didn't quit. In that third quarter, it looked like a mirror image of the game in Miami. It was some couple wide open PJ Tucker threes in the corner. Again, the Heat, ballooned that lead up to double digits. We was all like, oh boy, here we go again. But they kept fighting, man. They kept fighting. one thing you look at it, you want them to be like that on the road too. Continue to be like that on the road. Don't just do it at home. You got to do it when you on a visitor's court too. So all in all, I'm just ecstatic with the team, man, with the team performance. We will get into some more things, but first we do have a message from our friends over at Bet Online. We're back and better than ever. A new web interface for the start of the basketball season and more props, odds, and lines than ever before. Bet Online remains your number one spot for all the basketball and football action this season. Head to our new updated desktop or mobile website to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code LOCKEDON to receive your bonus. From basketball, football, baseball, postseason, NHL, boxing, and UFC, right to your favorite Vegas casino games. Don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for the 2021 season. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports. BetOnline, where the game starts. And once again, guys, I just want to thank you all for making Locked On Wizards your first listen each and every day. So, Ed, what's some things what are some other observations you've had from the game?
Yeah, like you brought up earlier, the Wizards are 7-1 at home. We do have to play better on the road, but taking care of the home wins, are super, super important. I did want to point out Montrezl Harrell's performance. He had a plus 17 tonight, and a lot of people don't believe in the plus minus box, but it just showed the impact that he had on the game when he was on the floor. 13.7 boards. We talked about Spencer Dinwiddie a lot. We want him to be more aggressive. I know he's trying to get more comfortable playing out there with Bradley Beal. He just seems like he's trying to find other people and then get in his groove. The fourth quarter, he's super, super clutch. Now, I wrote down some plays that were in the fourth quarter. Now, Bradley Beal, he did have his late game struggles. I thought he had a great game overall, but he did turn the ball over. I thought they could have called a kickball on that play. Tyler Hero, where he dribbled it off his foot. I thought they could have called a kickball, but it is what it is on that. And then he did shoot a step back three after Montrezl Harrell got an offensive rebound. And he did miss that three. So I thought those were two plays that we definitely could have got better shots. And then Spencer hit 2 threes down the stretch. But yeah, I love the way that Trez played. To talk about Denny, shout out to people from Israel. I know they want to hear about Denny. He had 8 points, 5 boards, and 4 assists. So he almost had a 5.55 game, had a +4, plus minus. So he did miss a layup. It was like a reverse layup, and he did hit a floater. I thought he had a nice putback on a fast break. He made a couple of nice passes to Howell Neto on a fast break as well. Now, he does need to work on his left hand, but I thought he did a good job defensively for the most part against Jimmy Butler. He did bite on a pump fake. That was the only thing that I didn't like from him defensively, but I thought he had a solid game. He didn't put up the X or the clamps. Corey Kispert, I thought Corey Kispert had a solid game too. He had 5 points. They took a 3-pointer away from him. I didn't like that. And he did hit a 3, so he had 5 points. He's getting better each game. Each game he's getting better from what I see. And KCP, man, he played his butt off tonight. He's had some stinkers, some bad games, and he played a lot better hitting his threes and making an impact defensively with 16 points. So once again, I like what I saw from the team coming back. And what you said about pace, we're ranked 16th in pace. So, do we need to kick it up a notch? I thought that was a good question from the last episode. It just depends on the flow of the game. And we did see Rui, a picture of him at the shoot around. So I do feel like they will pick up the pace when he does come back, because he's more of a guy that can score in the fast break and have some transition dunks, some transition buckets. But we're doing this with guys out. Bertans is supposed to be coming back next week. We could use his 3-point shooting, even though he's very inconsistent, just him being a threat so teams won't be able to run a zone on us. You can't really run a zone when Bertans is that threat of hitting threes. But yeah, getting back to Bradley Beal, they were doubling him. They were triple teaming him, found teammates, and they were knocking down shots. So we needed other guys to step up. And they didn't really start to step up until later in the game. Guys like Dinwiddie and KCP, they didn't really step up until later in the game. We really needed them to step up. So that really helped when they were tripling and double teaming Bradley Beal. But I thought it was a good game in the second half. The first game, of course, we had our ups and downs. Offensively, we weren't really moving the ball. But in the turnovers were a problem too. I thought we had some unforced turnovers too. We had 20 turnovers, and that's not really like us. We haven't turned the ball over that much, but we had 20 turnovers tonight. We had 17 in the Heat in the game that we got beat on by the Heat. So we got to improve on the turnovers, unforced errors, just turning the ball over. I thought we did a good job getting back on defense too. The Heat only had 2 fast break points. So those are some bad spots and some bright spots that I liked from the Wizards tonight.
Yeah, I was going to bring up the turnovers. 19, like you said, they had 17 last game. It's just too many, man. 19 is too many. Especially you got games like
Yeah,
this
it was
where,
20.
I mean,
Right.
I mean, you just can't have it. You can't have those. Like I said, it was playoff like atmosphere, playoff like game. You was at home. You can't have those. You can't have 19 turnovers against. You can't have them against in Miami. That is be seen it in the last game. It bites you. It hurts. So as usual, we talk about it almost every game. The turnovers. So you got to keep the turnovers low. Other than that, I did think it was kind of crazy. I mean, cool to see when Denny got the tech and Brad was trying to talk to him and calm him down. Looked like Jimmy Butler was talking some smack to him, And I know it was one play I think Jimmy had. I don't know if he got a layup on him or shot a fade over him, but I know he did the too small gesture. So it was nice to see a little
PJ
trash
Tucker did
talk.
it too.
Yeah, so, and I'm sure players, people around the league, catching on to the X thing and all that. He did do it against Giannis and things like that. So other guys see that. And, when you get put on them, when Diddy gets put on these guys, they hear the talk. They hear, oh, this guy's supposed to be lights out defensively. So they're going to come right at him. And they're going to be ready to talk some smack too, especially if you want to throw up the X, etc. So, I mean, I love it. And I think that's good for Denny to have that back and forth with these different type of guys, PJ Tucker, Jimmy Butler, these caliber type of players. So that was fun to see as well. But I mean, all in all, I'm just happy we got back in the win column, man. It's the Wizards lose a couple games, fans get to the PTSD and they get scared. It is like, oh no, guys, I'll be trashing it. People start, going a little crazy. So it's nice to get back in the W column, man. The fans happy again, not talking too crazy. But I mean, hey, player of the game, X Factor. What you thinking?
This is a tough one. I mean, I could go with Brad, excuse me, as the X Factor because as the player of the game. 9 assists from him is huge. Like I said, when they started doubling him, they forced him to pass, and he had to trust in his teammates. So I'm gonna go with Brad as the player of the game. 21 points, 9 assists. I didn't like the last 2 minutes of the game from him, but I give him the player of the game. And X Factor. Oof, it's between Trez. I heard Trez ran into the stands after the game, celebrating with the fans. So Trez is the president of DC right now. He's the mayor of DC right now. He really is. I'm gonna go with KCP, man. He hit 5 threes, and for him to hit that and 1 3 with the scissors kick like that was a huge shot. He came through in the clutch. It's hard because Dinwiddie could get it too, man. He really could. 4 for 7 from the 3. But I'm gonna go with KCP. I'm gonna go with KCP tonight.
Yeah, I say player of the game for me. I say KCP. I like to give credit when credit is due. I like to give praise when praise is due. We've been talking about KCP and his struggles, and we've been looking to have a good game out of him, etc. And that's what he gave us, and he came up big. And I'm a huge guy on acknowledgement, so I acknowledge that. You get my player of the game tonight. My X Factor, Spencer Dinwiddie, another guy. We talked about his struggles against Charlotte. He had a nice bounce back game tonight. He gets the X Factor. He was huge too. Of course, you can give it to Brad. You even say Kyle Kuzma could be the X Factor because of them late free throws, etc. I mean, it's nice to see that we struggle. Sometimes we're picking a player of the game and say it can go to a lot of guys instead of saying, oh, Brad and Brad and Brad. It's nice to hear us struggle a little bit. It's saying because it could be a couple different guys. That's just testament to this team and the depth that they do have. So just quickly, what are you looking for against the Hornets?
cut down on the unforced errors, and we gotta go back to the bigs. I mean, you said it, I said it. Miles Plumlee or Miles Plumlee, they should be dunking on him like they did like Nick Richards. They should be dunking on this man. Please do not go away from the bigs. Just if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If Trez is killing Nick Richards and killing Miles Plumlee, keep giving him the ball. If Gafford's catching oops and lobs and dunking on those guys, keep giving them the ball. Now that they're not going to shoot 8 for 42 again. I don't, knock on wood, I hope that never happens again. But work from the inside out. Those guys cannot stop Trez and Gaff. There's no way on this earth I see that happening. So they need to, if they can't make threes, and they're going to play a zone. The Hornets are going to play. They're going to be like, hey, we played this zone last time, and it worked to perfection. So if I'm the Hornets, I don't know. I don't see why I wouldn't play zone on the Wizards. But, yeah, if they play zone, go to the middle of the zone, give the ball to the high post, turn and face the basket, and dump it off to Trez and Gaff. And I might even play Trez and Gaff at the same time. We haven't done that yet, and I know defensively it would be a little weird because Trez playing a 4, guarding a 4, or Gaff guarding a 4 would be a little weird and awkward. But like I said, we dominated in the paint so well. I think we should just try to just kill them in the paint, in my opinion. That's what I would do against the Hornets and try to do that.
Yeah, I was just looking at their box score. Their 5-game win streak came to an end today against the Atlanta Hawks. I looked it up too. It's Mason Plumlee.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's looking. I'm looking for Trez and Gafford to eat again, man. And Wizards can't get scared of the zone. Now I don't think they'll shoot 4 for 40 or whatever they shot last time in Charlotte. Especially this game is in Washington, and they play better in Washington. So I'm definitely expecting a better performance from the team in general. So turnovers, keep the turnovers down. We talk about it every game. Just try to keep the turnovers down. Win the rebound battle. We said in Charlotte, we felt like the Hornets got a couple more offensive rebounds. We felt like they was getting too many offensive rebounds off of them. And I would say continue to play the 3-ball well. Continue to play the 3-ball well. Try to keep guys like Kelly Oubre from going off on you. Tonight, Kelly only had 8 points. He went 4 for 14 from the field and 0 for 7 from the 3. I want to see that against the Wizards. I want the Wizards to force these guys to have bad shooting nights. So, I know the LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges pick and roll going to be popping with the alley-oops. And I'm expecting the Wizards to get their revenge and get back against the Charlotte Hornets, just like they did tonight against the Heat. And like Ed said, the arrow looking up right now. Bertan's supposed to be coming back really soon. Rui Hachimura got spotted by the media at Wizards practice for the first time this season. Thomas Bryant continues to make progress. We on the up and up, guys. And then we sitting pretty at 11-5. 11-5, guys. So let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling, guys. That's all I got for y'all. That's all we got for you guys tonight. We both just hyped we got in the W column, man. Because we both couldn't do the dub for a little bit, But to end it off, guys, I do want to thank you once again for making Locked On Wizards your first listen each and every day. We are free and available on all platforms. Now for your second listen, Locked On Bets, your daily one-stop shop for all your gambling needs. Locked On Bets, hosted by your boy Q, with expert analysis and insight from Lee Sterling. Hey, we ain't doing it in a while. Maybe a little rusty, but we got to end it off with a dub, man. Dub.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Feels good to be back in the win column.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All y'all have a good night. We'll see you guys next week. This Hornets game, and I'm hyped for Thanksgiving too. I'm hyped. So.
Oh yeah, Thanksgiving. Good eats.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all have a good one. Hell to the Wizards. Peace.
Peace.